You have to rewire your brain of how you think about the internet and art and being a creator online.
There's a lot of it you have to rewire, but there's a lot of it that we already just do normally, and it just makes sense. You know, like we live in a digital age, we've been posting photos online for a while, and why not get paid for it, right?
What's your response to people that say, oh, it's just right click save? That's all you gotta do for the NFT. Why don't you just screenshot?
You can go to the museum and take a photo of Mona Lisa. Doesn't mean you own it.
Is this being recorded, by the way? I don't even know. Hi, my name is Jeremy, and I'm a photographer based here in Brooklyn, New York. The type of photography I specialize in is portraiture. I just love telling stories about interesting people doing interesting things. When I first got into photography, I thought very technically. And after taking lots and lots more portraits, I realized that it doesn't matter if you have a big lighting setup. The story is always king. I first heard about NFTs in December 2020. I didn't really understand it at first. You're buying JPEGs, how does that make sense? The moment I got hooked in NFTs is the moment that I really understood the opportunity it had for artists. NFTs are non-fungible tokens, or more simply, digital files that are minted on the blockchain that provide true digital ownership for artists and collectors. A beautiful thing about this space is if you're supporting other artists want to support you. It took me a little bit to understand how that works. After learning more about the NFT space, I immediately thought of my Rooftop series and how it never really lived anywhere. My Rooftop series, as you can see right behind me, is celebrating the resiliency of my fellow neighbors and people in this city. After a long winter in New York City, it started to get warm out, and then boom, coronavirus happened. We were told to stay inside, to be in lockdown. Luckily in my neighborhood, a lot of buildings, there's rooftop access. I noticed a couple of people starting to go up to the roof and do hula hooping. And then on another roof, I saw someone just shadow boxing. And then all of a sudden, all these people on all these roofs were doing all their favorite activities. And I'm like, okay, this is a spectacle happening in front of my eyes, and this has to be documented. The reaction for the series was amazing. A lot of people resonated with this work. There was no plans for it to eventually become on a magazine cover. It was a very surreal moment for me. I think it's the most important body of work I've created as an artist. Everyone lives life so different, but we're all sharing the same story. I like to think this series brought people together. I would love to have it in a traditional gallery, but you have to have connections to this world. With NFTs, I don't need any middleman or anything. I could just mint it myself, and anyone who wants to collect it can. It felt really exciting to me that people who connected with this work would have the opportunity to own it while also supporting me as an artist. It was a no-brainer that I wanted to mint this collection. For NFTs, education is really important because it can be very confusing. It's the Wild West right now, and there's so many things happening every day. There's no traditional way to learn about it. It's all so new. So the best way to learn is just by following people that have been in the space a little bit longer and knowing what they're doing, and hop in Twitter spaces to hear live what people are talking about. Fast forward to December 2021, I finally decided to mint my Rooftop series, and the drop went well. I minted 76 photos and I sold out. And part of the strategy behind it was to build momentum and excitement for the series through tweeting about it, sneak previews, and also something totally new to me is I created a Discord community. So this Discord was set up to help build excitement around my project and build a community around it. I asked people who were interested in the series to create their own rooftop photo. Then we picked a couple of winners of who had the best rooftop, and we gave them a whitelist, as well as we did another one of who could make the best rooftop related meme. The moment that you sell a piece of your work, it's unlike any other. You feel valued as an artist. Before you mint NFTs for the first time, do a little bit of research of the strategy behind minting your series. For example, I wouldn't recommend minting a ton of photos or pieces of art if you don't think they will all sell at first. Just start with a small number. Start with the best of your best. Less is more, always. Another thing I'd say is look into minting through a smart contract. A lot of these NFT platforms, you can just mint through their standard contract, but it's not as safe. There's some programs online, you can do it very easily, or you can even work with someone else in the space for them to help mint a smart contract for you. Before you mint, just know that it's going to forever live in the blockchain. It's very important to get other eyeballs on your work before you mint it out there. This is the series that I'm currently working on. I don't have a title for it yet, but I've been taking the same photo during different times of the day, different days, different weather conditions. I want some to be rarer than others, so some will be valued higher.
Are you gonna sell them higher, or like people gonna sell them higher?
I think they'll decide. Making the art is fun and putting it out there is fun, but strategizing how exactly do they drop and all the nuances within it.
I would definitely say stick to something that's close to you, because like anything that you would do, like even if it's my suggestion, if it doesn't like fit with what you want to do in your life, you'll fall off. You'll get bored.
Right. I really think NFTs can empower artists to find tangible success with their work. Whether that's making sales, making friends, some amazing things are happening right now, and I'm excited to be a part of it. There's rare cases where people do have overnight success, but overall, people don't realize all the work they're putting in behind the scenes. As long as you have an interest in the community, it could just mean retweeting, sharing, commenting, even giving some constructive criticism. Naturally, people will want to support you, and it's a beautiful space because of that. Thanks so much for tuning in, and if you're interested to see more, click the link below for more on Skillshare.